Two new electric cars coming to Australia from IM Motors. IM Motors, they are the sister brand to MG, the premium sister brand to MG, kind of like AMG is to Mercedes-Benz, right? Pretty soon, IM Motors, they're planning on selling multiple models in many countries around the world. We know that they're coming to Australia. Here are the two models that are coming within a few months, and you can actually order them today if you want to. One of them I think is okay. The other one I think is amazing. Seriously, I mean, really, really good range. Just the specs are phenomenal. So let's have a look at these two cars and see which one is better and whether or not it's actually worth considering taking one for a test drive. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Will these cars be at the Melbourne EV Auto Show, which I'll be at in 2 weeks, less than a week and a half, guys? I'll put a link in the description to get 25% discount on tickets if you want to come to the EV Auto Show. I think they might be there. IM Motors, they are a joint venture, right, between SAIC Motor or SAIC, Alibaba, and Zhangxiang High Tech. They've officially opened their order books for their flagship electric sedan, the IML6 in Australia. It's marketed under the IM presented by MG brand, which is truly bizarre. IM presented by MG. That's a mouthful. Brilliant marketing there, guys. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a good car. The L6 aims to challenge established electric car players like Tesla and many other brands by offering performance, luxury, and cutting-edge tech. Should you buy a BMW or an Audi or a Mercedes-Benz or a Polestar, or should you consider getting one of these? I think actually it's worth your consideration. Performance and powertrain, the IML6, and there's another version as well, guys. I should mention there's also the Australians can now reserve the IM5 sedan and the IM6 SUV. They're basically the same car. One's a sedan version, one's the SUV version. The prices are different though. And that means, yeah, order books are actually open for this car today. IM5 electric sedan and the IM6 electric SUV pretty much rival the Tesla Model 3 and the Tesla Model Y, but they're a little bit more pricey. Both, though, arrive with nationwide pricing of $60,990 driver weight. So the base models of both of these cars are actually a similar price to the base models of both the Tesla Model 3 and the Model Y. According to the MG website, you'll get your order in 12 weeks from today. So they're coming in less than 3 months' time. There's three versions of both cars, right? There's the Premium, the Platinum, and the Performance. So both the sedan and the SUV get a Premium, Platinum, or Performance models. Plus, yeah, there's different size batteries and range. So let's have a look at it. IM5 and IM6. The rear-wheel drive versions of both cars, the entry-level versions, get us start at a price of 60,990 Australian dollars, so about 40,000 US dollars. They come with a 75 kilowatt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery. The battery pack, I believe, is a 75 kilowatt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery. Motor output is 217 kilowatt. That's 291 horsepower. WLTP range is 450 kilometers, basically the same range as the base model Tesla Model Y and the base model Xpeng G6. That's 280 miles. DC fast charging is 153 kilowatt, a bit slow, I think. Charges from 30 to 80% in 28 minutes. That's quite slow. AC charging 11 kilowatt, which is not bad. Now, it also features 19-inch alloy wheels as standard, 4-wheel steering, which will provide better handling at fast speeds, Athena white paint, and a Highland grey faux leather interior. If you want to get different colors, you pay a bit extra. The IM6 Premium SUV shares the same battery, powertrain, charging capabilities, and 450 kilometer range, but it sits on 20-inch wheels. Now, I've got no idea how the SUV version can get the same range with bigger wheels, and it's an SUV. It's bigger. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, those are the numbers coming from the company. If you upgrade to the Platinum version, now this is where the money is. To me, the base model version is a terrible value proposition in comparison to this premium version. I should say the Platinum version. The Platinum is $69,990. So it's an additional 9,000 Australian dollars or 6,000 US dollars to upgrade from a 75 kilowatt hour battery to a 100 kilowatt hour ternary lithium battery, which is an NCM or nickel cobalt manganese battery. Motor output is 300 kilowatt. That's 402 horsepower. So a lot more power, much bigger battery. Torque is 500 newton meters. That's 370 pound-feet. And range is much, much bigger, 655 kilometers or 407 miles. Yeah, it's one of the longest range vehicles you can buy under $100,000 in Australia. Performance 0 to 100 takes 4.9 seconds. That's 0 to 62 miles an hour. DC fast charging is very quick, 396 kilowatt charging. So it can charge from 30 to 80% in 15 minutes. Now, it sounds slow, doesn't it? 15 minutes from 30 to 80%. But the reason is because it's quite a big battery pack and it's not going to hit that peak charging speed for very long. It's going to hit 400 kilowatt for like a few seconds and then start to go back down. AC charging is also really good though, 22 kilowatt. The IM6 Platinum SUV matches the IM5 in battery chemistry, powertrain performance and charging specs with identical range and acceleration. So the sedan version has the same specs as the SUV version once again. You want to pay a bit more though, you can upgrade to the IM5 and the IM6 performance. So it's an additional $11,000, $80,990, pretty much on par with the Tesla Model 3 performance and probably what the Model Y performance will cost as well. That gets a 100 kilowatt hour battery, all-wheel drive, so it's got a motor in the front and a motor in the back. Total power output is 572 kilowatt, which is 767 horsepower. That's a lot of power. Torque is 802 newton meters, and it uses, that means about 592 pound-feet. 0 to 100 takes 3.2 seconds. It's fast. Range is a lot less than the single motor version, 575 kilometers. Still good range, 357 miles. Charging speed is the same, 400 kilowatt charging speed. Takes around 15 minutes to charge from 30 to 80%. On the performance version, you get a bit of additional standard equipment. You get air suspension and adaptive dampers. And the IM6 Performance SUV comes with some big wheels, 21-inch rims. It's going to cost you a fair bit to replace those tires, but they do look cool. Now, I should mention those numbers, guys, were for the sedan. If you want the SUV version, because it uses those bigger 21-inch wheels, range goes down quite a lot to 505 kilometers, which is 314 miles. 0 to 100 takes 3.4 seconds. So it's slightly slower in the SUV version. But you can see the massive difference in range, right? The Platinum version sits on 19-inch wheels and it can do 655 kilometers of range, right? Add an additional motor, put on those bigger wheels, and the range is dropping down to 505 kilometers. So you're losing 150 kilometers of range by adding that additional motor and putting on 21-inch wheels. You can see that it's not all that practical, but it would be a fun performance car. Charging, like I said before, 30 to 80% in around 15 minutes for the two higher spec options with that 100 kilowatt hour Cadel ternary battery. The IM5 and IM6, they won't get MG's warranty. In Australia, MG has a 10-year, 250,000 kilometer warranty. That's 155,000 miles. But they're going to give this car a 7-year warranty. So yeah, not as good as the MG brand. So if you're wondering what IM stands for, apparently it stands for Intelligence in Motion. So if you get one of these cars, you'll be super intelligent. And the brand will be officially marketed here in Australia. They were going to call it IM presented by MG Motor. Yeah, that's going to be quite a mouthful. I've got an IM presented by MG Motor. Guys, what car did you get? An IM presented by MG Motor. Say that fast 10 times. Launched in China in 2020, all of their cars, IM Motors, are jointly developed by MG parent SAIC Motor, the same company that's providing Audi with its EV platforms in China, and Chinese companies Alibaba Group and Zhangxiang High Tech. So that's all I know about these cars. I do also have a new video coming about the new IM7. That's pretty sick. That could be coming as well. Are these cars that interest you? I mean, to be honest, they're pretty damn compelling for the price. The model that really stands out to me is that mid-spec model. I mean, so 70,000 Australian dollars, about 45,000 US dollars for a vehicle with a 100 kilowatt hour battery, which is actually a pretty decent luxury type vehicle. It uses, as standard, a 26.3 inch screen for basically for people to look at in the front of the car, 26.3 inches. It also has a 10.5 inch digital screen in front of the driver, a panoramic roof, luxury seat finishes, 20 speaker audio system. This is standard. I mean, very damn impressive. Apparently there's also a 360-degree camera as well as artificial intelligence functionality and MG iSmart phone app access. So these cars for the price are seemingly incredibly good value. One car I think you have to wait up against is the new Zeekr 7X. That's going to use exactly the same battery. It's a 100 kilowatt hour ternary battery from Cadel, pretty high energy density, and the range is going to be similar to this. Both of them are going to be really good alternatives. The only thing I would say is the Zeekr 7X might have a little bit more interior space if that's something you need for your family. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.